Hi, thanks for joining me. Welcome to another advanced session. This session is designed for experienced practitioners and it is definitely not suitable for beginners or anyone who's injured. Let's start in a seated position. Have good posture in a relaxed way. Close your eyes. Hopefully you can hear all the noises around me. It's going to be great to work with today. We've got wild winds, children playing, drills on one side, hammers on another. So it's a really good opportunity to look at your mind, to A, not worry about being distracted, and B, not needing to be distracted. Right now, focus on the feeling of your body in the space that you're in. Feel your resting breath. Relax around the head and face, neck and shoulders, arms and hands. Relax the back, chest, abdomen. Relax your hips, legs, all the way down and through the feet to the toes. Relax your mind as though it were a muscle inside your head that you could soften. Feel that resting breath, feel the rhythm of it. Okay, through the mouth, have a big breath in and a deep sigh. So we're going to start with some pranayama, some breathing for 10 minutes. It's a really good way to slow yourself down, clear away a lot of your distractedness in your mind, become more ready and aware for the strong stretching that we're going to do. So, we're going to do a variation on ladder breathing. Ladder breathing is, if you imagine going up a ladder and coming back down a ladder. We're breathing through the nose, slowly as you can, all the way up to full, taking lots of time to get there, and slowly breathing out all the way down towards empty. Try to get right down low, using your lower abdominals to run the breath. If you know it, you can use a J breath, where you very lightly support the breath up and down. Just that very gentle squeeze, but not too much, and very quiet, not heavy. But in terms of the ladder breathing, we're going to be counting. So whatever count it takes you to get to full, you have to reverse count back down to get to empty. So let's say I breathe in for 8 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I will go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you have to concentrate, you have to stay a little bit engaged mentally with the counting. Okay, so let's start with a big sigh. Relax into this practice, close your eyes. Let's take some time to slow down. Last round. Take your time. When you do finish, have a deep sigh. And remain still and quiet and observant. Notice how your mind is feeling now that you've slowed yourself down. Now you are resting. The breath returns to its resting rate. And then, through the mouth, have another deep sigh. Okay, let's stand up. So we're going to have a strong stretch in this session. Let's start with just a gentle loosener first, a little warm up. Have your feet straight and hip width, turning back, hand goes to shoulder height, head turns each time. The other hand is on the hip and it's closed, the fingers are closed. So you open the fingers to side, close them onto the hip. Nice and relaxed and light, flowing movements. And we have a little breath, a shot of air each side out through the nose. Very easy. Not heavy, not strong. Build this pose from your feet, from the floor coming upwards through the body. Turning on a straight spine. Relaxing into the flow. Already now we're listening to the body, checking how it's feeling, checking where it's tight, and not pushing in any way. We're just relaxing more and more deeply. Last one, and then come back to being still. Close your eyes, restful. Relax your feet, legs, back, tummy, shoulders, arms, fingers, back of the neck, top of the head, face, the tip of the nose, Relax your teeth and gums and your tongue. And then through the mouth, have a deep sigh. Okay, one more little simple loosener. Try to do this lightly. Take the feet a little bit outside the hip line, but they're at a 45-degree angle. Bending the knees, coming down. See, I'm closing my fingers here, and then coming up, the hands open and look up, reaching towards the ceiling. Breathe in, coming down. Breathe out, up. Nice and easy, cruising. This is a really good warm-up for the legs, hips and lower back. Look up each time. Three more. And last one. Take the arms out, release. Step out of the pose, relax. Notice your heartbeat. Get a sense of being mostly still, standing in a space, aware of the space that wraps around you. Okay, so we're going to do one long sun salutation. Just the basic poses, not too many variations. But the key here is we're going to hold each pose for 1 minute, if you can. So if you need to take breaks, of course do. Just find a way to make it easy for yourself if you're in trouble, if you're struggling, or if you're in pain. If you're in pain, you really need to back off, or maybe you should just lie down and have a rest and stop this session and choose an easier one. Now, one of the most important things here in advanced yoga is we are assuming that you are not silly in the way that you stretch. You are very mature and mindful, and therefore you never go 100%, nowhere near it. In fact, if we're holding for a minute each pose, I reckon about 83% is a nice, ideal place to be. Not overexerting, in fact, backing off. And therefore focusing on relaxing deeply rather than trying to hang on or struggling. Okay, that's really important, and this will show where your level is at as a yoga practitioner. And then we can just have fun and enjoy the great opening and release, the deep release. Okay, so anytime you need to take a rest, you can rest in the full moon. We'll be doing the mountain a lot, so the full moon as you're on your shins, and just relax in that pose. So you can take breaks anytime you like. Okay, so come to the front of the mat. First of all, settle yourself again. Okay, so I'll try to be mostly quiet during this sequence so that you don't have to be bothered by lots of talking. Just focus on breathing really well, creating deep release with your breathing, relaxing into tight areas and not pushing. I'll just call out every change. I'll be counting in my mind around about a minute for each pose. Okay, let's enjoy it. Feet are hip width and straight. Hands coming up and back, Keep the fingers open, look up and back. Have a deep sigh in every pose. That is vital. Breathe in before you move. Breathe out as you ease forwards and away and down. Keep your knees straight. Let the head hang. Just relax. Okay, and leading with the right leg, stepping back, the knee down, foot flat, the equestrian. Keep the hands open, looking up and back. Ease your weight forwards, two in the hips. Always have a sigh to start out a pose. Relax deeply into it. Breathe in before you move, and breathe out as you smoothly, slowly come forwards and down, and go back into the mountain. Try to get a V shape. Spread your fingers out, a five-pointed star. Look at them, the middle fingers go straight, elbows straight. Try to get the heels down, but then, within reason, find a comfortable space within the pose, a breathable space. And then head up, stepping forwards with the right leg to the hands, left knee down, foot flat, the equestrian. Breathe in before you move. Breathe out forwards into the mountain. So the mountain pose ideally is a resting pose. This is when you restore energy, when you recover. How can you create that for yourself in this position? Try backing off. Okay, now we're going to do the triangle. Step your left foot forwards to the hand, back heel down. Stay down with your head, straighten the front leg. Your left hand is on the inside of the shin or ankle, and then watching the right hand slowly all the way up. Have you gone too far? Must be one of the first few questions that you ask yourself every time you set up a pose. Breathe in before you move. Breathe out as you watch the hand coming down slowly to the other hand. And then we're going to turn, take the left arm up. Don't go too high, just go to where it's comfortable for you. Keep the legs straight. Keep the hand off the floor. If it's going to be on something, it's on the leg. Breathe in before you move, breathe out coming down. Bend the front knee, left hand on the floor in line with the shin. So you've got a right angle with that knee. Watching the right hand up. This is not easy, this pose. Looking up. Breathing in, And then breathing out, coming down. Well done. Go back into the mountain. Resting. Always checking your pose initially, that you've set it up well. Thinking about straight lines. Look at the hands, always check. And then right foot stepping forwards to the hands, back heel down, knees straight, right arm on the inside of the leg, and then watching the left hand coming up. Don't go too high. Breathe in, and then watching the hand coming down and turning, right arm up. Just go to where it's suitable. Looking up, chest up. Breathe in before you move. Breathe out as you come down. Bend that right leg, the hand down, arm in line with the shin, and then watching the left arm up. Breathe in, and then coming down. Well done. Go back into the mountain. full focus now in every pose on relaxing as much as you can into and under pressure. Okay, next one, the warrior. Head up, we're going to take the left foot to the hands, back heel down, and then arms out in front, like an offering, chest up. And then arms up, palms are facing, fingers go straight up, but lock your hips and chest very front on. Bend that front knee, try to keep the back leg straight, the blade of the foot down. If you're out of breath, just breathe through the mouth. Don't try and force yourself to breathe through the nose in a contained way. Open and easy. As little pressure on the heart as possible. Okay, front knee straight. Take the arms out to the sides, and then holding your left wrist, leaning, extending forwards. Try to keep your chest up, spine nice and straight, both legs straight. Okay, then, hands in a prayer pose, bend the front knee. It's a really great pose. Twisting to the left, so your right elbow goes on the outer thigh. Turn over your left shoulder, the left elbow is up. Keep your chest up. Don't just fall onto the leg, lift up and away. Okay, turning downwards, hands down, go back into the mountain. This is when the breath becomes more and more important. Effective release with effective breathing. And then right foot to the hands, back heel down, bend the front knee, arms out like an offering, head and chest up, keep your hips and shoulders locked to the front, arms up, palms are facing, fingers go straight up. Bend that front knee, back foot flat. Really lead with that left hip forwards. Press downwards with your feet, the pose comes upwards through the body. Powerful pose, the warrior. The peaceful warrior. Okay, then straighten the front leg, take the arms out the sides, hold onto your right wrist, and then lengthening forwards, extending, head up, chest up. Keep both knees straight. And then prayer pose, bend the front knee, turning to your right, the left elbow on the outer thigh if possible. Don't fall down, lift up. Look over your right shoulder. Okay, turning the hands back down to the floor, stepping back into the mountain. So it's round about now that attention to detail, to technique will be handy. Your body is going to be open, it's quite warm. But if you're neglecting now because you're tired, that's not great. Have a sigh. So just one more round. The pigeon. Left leg stepping forwards. Placing the shin sideways if possible. Right leg going back. Hips and shoulders front on. If you like, you can do hands on the hips or prayer pose. Breathe in before you move, and then breathe out as the hands come down, stepping back into the mountain. Okay, then head up. We're stepping the right leg through for the pigeon. Try to get the hips down as much as you can. Hips very front on, and chest and shoulders. If you like, hands on the hips or prayer pose. Have a deep sigh. Breathe in, and then hands down, going back into the final mountain. Have a deep sigh. And then you might have to watch this. You raise the head, bend the knees. We're going to spring forward, so it's worth just trying it a few times to get a feel for it. But then what you want to do is leap to the hands. And then the feet are hip width, legs straight, hanging. Very restful now, winding down. The worst is over. don't have to touch the floor here, but we do want the legs to be straight. Have a sigh. Breathe in before you move. Forehead and nose and chin up. We want to invert the spine. Keep the legs straight. Arms away out in front, extending. Chest up. Leading up and away and going back. Have you gone too far? Are you relaxed and restful in the pose? Hands together in a clap. Breathe in as you straighten. And then breathing out, bend the elbows. Prayer pose over the chest. Close your eyes. Feel your heartbeat. Drop the arms. Have a deep sigh. Very well done. So we're going to have a rest now, a good rest, a proper rest. To go down to the floor, I've got a routine that I do. If you do all of these parts, then great, give it a go. But if you change any of it, then don't do it, because all these parts are designed to fit together and work properly for the back. So what I do is I bend the knees, my hands touch, I roll back, then roll forwards. Then legs out straight, arms out, breathe in and breathe out, smoothly lowering myself down and resting. If you want to do that, otherwise just find your way down. Have a good rest, you've earned it. Make sure that you lie completely flat and straight. Don't have the knees up. Drop the chin a bit, lengthen the back of the neck. Turn the palms upwards so the shoulders open outwards. And then relax completely. If you haven't already, have a deep sigh. bring your awareness back to the space that you're in. Feel your body resting flat on a floor that is firm, solid, supporting you, carrying the body resting upon it. Through the mouth, have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Okay, we've got more. Now we take the opportunity that we've created for ourselves. Gently move to sit up. Sit in a comfortable position. If you want, grab a top or a blanket. Once you're settled, have a sigh. Close your eyes. The head is now above the heart. How are you feeling? That may have been a strong practice for you, a strong physical practice, and therefore a strong mental practice. But there's also a great clearing, a deepening of presence of mind, connecting with the body, breathing so much better, the mind clearer. Which is ideal preparation then for breath work. What we're going to do is breathe in through the nose, and then hold full. Block the nose. We're going to hold first for 10 seconds. And then you release and just breathe out through the nose and relax. And just focus on resting and feeling the effect. Let's try it. Breathing in. And holding. And release. Open your eyes. Next round. Let's try for 15 seconds. Now, of course, if you need to come out earlier, then do. Don't be silly here. Don't explode. There's no need to push yourself ever in yoga practice. Remember, we're bringing an advanced mind to the practice. Okay, breathing in and holding. And release. Have a sigh. Okay, now let's try 20 seconds. if that is suitable for you. When you're ready to come out, that's the time to come out. Okay, breathe in and holding. And release. Noticing the effect on the mind, how you are feeling. Okay, next one, 25 seconds if you can. Breathe in and hold. And release. Have a deep sigh. Okay, one more round. If you can, 30 seconds. When you're finished, if you finish earlier, lie down for a final rest. If you've got a blanket, grab one. Okay, let's try it together. Breathe in and hold. And release. Very well done. Lie down, set yourself up for a final rest. Once you're settled, have a deep sigh. Feel yourself lying flat on the floor. Feel yourself in a space. Feel the space wrapping around you. Be aware of the space, the whole body in the space, and the breath in the body in the space. As you lay there resting, I'd like to read you something from a very important yogic text called I Am That. All your problems arise because you have defined and therefore limited yourself. When you do not think yourself to be this or that, all conflict ceases. Any attempt to do something about your problems is bound to fail, for what is caused by desire can be undone only in freedom from desire. You have enclosed yourself in time and space, squeezed yourself into the span of a lifetime and the volume of a body, and thus created the innumerable conflicts of life and death, pleasure and pain, hope and fear. You cannot be rid of problems without abandoning illusions. Have a deep sigh. Thank you very much.